Similar polygons. So we've looked at triangles, especially that are congruent, meaning that everything is equal. We're going to look at triangles and other polygons that are similar. So what does that mean? Similar polygons are polygons with the same shape, i.e., they're both triangles, but they have a different size. So you can see that these are both triangles, but this one is smaller than this one. And they are similar if our corresponding angles are congruent, meaning they're the same measures, right? So if A is the same, whatever it is, 24 degrees, then this one has to be 24 degrees. Whatever this is. Meaning that the angles inside are the same. Yes, they're all going to add up to 180, but that doesn't mean that all triangles are similar. Each corresponding angle is the same. Okay, and also if the corresponding sides are proportional. Okay, our ratio of our corresponding sides, we're going to call our scale factor. Remember, we talked about scale factor in terms of our transformations when we were doing dilations or dilations. When they were getting bigger or smaller, we would put the image over the pre-image, and that was our scale factor. Same kind of idea here, working on our proportional ratios that we talked about previously as well. So we want to know what the scale factor is of A, B, C to D, E, F. So we're saying that these two are similar. And we know that too because the corresponding angles are congruent. And we know that by the little marks inside. Since there's one little arch here, that means that these are the exact same degrees. And they're corresponding because of how we wrote our triangle. A corresponds with D. And we've got them marked. They're already marked for us that they are congruent. And B corresponds with E, showing that those two are the same measure. And we've got C corresponds with F. And we've got those marked. Those are congruent as well. So I can choose any side on ABC. I'm going to just choose 8. And that's going to go on top of my ratio or my proportion. And then I'm going to choose the corresponding side to put underneath of the bigger one. So how do I know which one's corresponding? Again, we can go back to how we wrote it. A, B, C. So A to B, D, E, F. D, E, F. So that means that these two are corresponding. So my number that corresponds with my 8 is 12. I can reduce this, simplify it, dividing both by 4. So that's 2 to 3. So our scale factor from A, B, C to D, E, F is 2 to 3. Something to note here is that order matters. It asked us A, B, C to D, E, F. So A, B, C has to go on top and D, E, F has to go on bottom. If they reverse those two, then we would switch them. Well, order matters because 2 to 3 is different than 3 to 2. All right. If the scale factor of figure A to figure B is 4 to 5, find the value of x. So we're setting up our proportions and doing our cross product just like we did previously. So we've got 4 to 5. from A to B. So since we're going from A to B, that x goes on top, 15 goes on bottom. And then we remember our cross product, 15 times 4 equals 5 times x. 60 equals 5x. Divide by 5, divide by 5, and 12 equals x. They asked us what the value of x is. The value of x is 12. That's it. So that's what we're doing here, is we're not only gonna figure out the scale factor, or the ratio from one triangle to another, we're also going to be figuring out some values of x's and y's, using that scale factor and our cross product that we learned about using our proportions. So we've got DEF is similar. Okay, I should have noted this before. This little symbol means similar. Symbol for similar is just one little squiggle. Okay, let's go back. So it's telling us that this triangle is similar to this one. So let's mark, since we're talking about the outside edges, let's mark what is corresponding. So we've got D, E, F. So D, E, F. So D to E corresponds here with H to J. Okay. And so that means E to F corresponds with J to G. And then that means that I'm marking them with these. That typically means that they're congruent, but you know what it means. Okay, so we want to find out what x and y is. So we're going to set up our proportions from DEF to HJG. So I'm going to put, first I'm going to find the scale factor, which is what we have, DEF 9 over 15. And then I can use that to find y and x. Because I can say that this equals, which one corresponds with y? 14. So we're going to put that on top to y. And then I can do my cross product. I'm going to do the same thing for x. X corresponds with the one that's 12. Make sure that you put DEF, DEF, HJG, HJG. You have to put the same triangle on top and the same triangle on bottom. Otherwise, your proportions and your numbers are going to get all messed up. Okay. Let's look at this example because it's a little bit more challenging, but it's the same thing. Okay. So let's mark what is similar, or what is corresponding sides. K and L, so this side here corresponds to PQ. So this one here. I'm doing it in different colors so I can tell. L to M corresponds to QR. MN corresponds to RS. So then that means that NK corresponds to SP. All right, I'm going to put this over this one. So LN 4x plus 4 over 48. And that's going to equal, again, this going back to the same triangle on top over same triangle on bottom. Then I'm going to cross multiply and solve for x. When I do that, x equals 7. So you should know how to solve for x. That's why I'm not going through all the steps on this one. If you need help with that, let me know.